my loves. Welcome back to Enlightened Blissful Souls. If you're new here, hi, and welcome to my channel. It is such a pleasure to come across you in this lifetime. Oh, I'm really excited because in today's video, we are diving into such a profound, meaningful, and special topic. We are going to be diving into what a spiritual awakening is. It feels like nowadays everyone is going through an awakening. However, everyone has their own way of experiencing their awakening. So there's a lot of misconception and a lot of stories and a lot of beliefs. So my hope with this video is to bring some clarity and some clear insight on what a spiritual awakening is. What is this journey about? What are the symptoms and how can you move through your own spiritual journey? Before I dive deeper into this heartfelt topic, let me say that everyone's journey is unique to each person. It is unique to you. Whatever your heart feels is most authentic and real and true to you. There are people that have a spiritual awakening spontaneously. There are others that go through their dark night of the soul, which we're going to get into in just a little bit. And there are some that even come into this journey feeling enlightened, feeling like they discovered a whole new world. And it's the best positive type of experience. And then later on, they go through the dark night of the soul. Okay, so what is a spiritual awakening? What is all this talk about? How do you know if you are going through one? A spiritual awakening is simply reconnecting with your true self. It is returning back to your authentic self. It is discovering your life's purpose. Why are you here in this lifetime? It's basically becoming the best version of yourself through self-awareness, healing, and acceptance. This is why a lot of us that are going through a spiritual awakening journey leave behind certain people, leave our jobs, leave behind certain habits and part of ourselves that perhaps we never even thought we would leave behind. Which leads me to the next topic. When you are embarking and going through this journey, you start to heal. You start to become aware. You become aware of your behavior, of your choices, of your life, of the people around you, of the things that you do that actually bring you pleasure and enjoyment, and the things that don't serve you, that only hold you back. Through this healing, through this evaluation, you start to shift internally. You start to love yourself in a way that perhaps you haven't before. And you start to give yourself that worth, which then leads to leaving behind what is not in alignment with you, no longer forcing things or people in your life. It's like looking at the world with a whole new set of eyes. You even start to notice and feel the trees and the breeze in a different way. And this is due to your heightened awareness. However, there's also a whole other side that comes with being in this journey, and that is going through your dark night of the soul. So what is the dark night of the soul? What does it mean to heal? What does it mean to do shadow work in this journey? And this is something that I feel every soul, although they have different journeys, have to experience or do experience in their spiritual journey at some point in time. It's just that the timelines are going to be different for each person. For example, in my own spiritual journey, I became spiritually awakened by being enlightened, but also through a dark night of the soul. A dark night of the soul is basically an event that happens in your life that changes you entirely. It's usually a traumatic one. It's usually an unexpected or heavy experience, the type that breaks you down to your core. Perhaps you lost someone. Perhaps you were feeling depressed. Perhaps you were suicidal. Perhaps you were in the darkest and lowest time of your life. And in my case, that is what happened to me. I lost my brother, and I started to become more curious about where he went and if he's okay and what happens after life. And from there, I started diving deeper and deeper and found myself where I am today. Now, let's go ahead and dive into some actual symptoms of what a spiritual awakening is. How do you know if you are experiencing a spiritual awakening? Some of the first signs that you may experience are evaluating yourself and your life. You might start to question the people in your life. You might start to question the behaviors and the habits that you have. And this may lead you to feeling confused because there's this shift happening internally that you're not fully aware of what is happening. It's a mix of emotions, of highs and lows, where you don't really find the same interest in the old things that you were doing. You may even start to feel a bit disconnected. You then go into changing your behavior. You then go into questioning your beliefs. And this is a big one. Everything that you were taught growing up by your environment, by school, by your friends, even by your family members, you start to question and you start to look at things so differently. You start to realize that there is so much more to life, that there is so much more to yourself and who you are at soul level, beyond the physical being, beyond this vessel. You start noticing synchronicities and signs such as repeated numbers, songs, birds, butterflies. It's like the universe starts to speak to you. A shift in your relationships happen. This could be romantic relationship, friendships, family members. It doesn't really matter on the dynamic. The thing is that those will shift as well. The people that are not in alignment with you will be leaving your life. And the best way to move through that is to accept it. Accept the changes and the shifts that are happening in your life, because they are happening for your highest good. They're happening for you to give yourself the life that you truly deserve, the life that is most fulfilling. This is why you're leaving everything behind. It's not to punish you. It's not because you don't deserve it. It's because you deserve better. Your intuition starts to heighten, where you feel and notice people's energy and emotions a lot deeper than before, or where you just simply know things. I want to dive a little bit deeper what it means to be self-aware, and what it means to heal, and what it means to accept through your spiritual awakening journey. When you become self-aware, you simply observe your life basically in the third person. You observe your behaviors, the way that you show up. You observe and are aware of your actions, of your choices, and how they're impacting you. It's everything that you weren't really noticing before, and that perhaps you were running in autopilot. When you're healing, and this is one of my favorite ones, also the hardest, but definitely the most important. The healing goes as deep as trauma healing, as shadow work. And shadow work is simply healing the parts of you that you have suppressed and kept within for a long time. The parts of you that perhaps you don't like and you don't want to face. It's easier to avoid it. It's easier to hide it. This could be emotions. This could be traumatic events. And a lot of them, or the majority of them, do come from your childhood. However, they're not all just in your childhood. There are certain traumas that we develop in your adulthood. For example, let's say that you get mistreated or cheated on in a relationship in adulthood. This could have led to you having trust issues and not having an open heart for the following relationship. But most of these traumas that we need to heal come from our childhood, from the ages of 0 to 7, where you were programmed by your caretakers, by your parents. And this goes as far and as deep as, let's say, your parents did not always have the time for you. Let's say that every time you wanted to share something with your parents as a child, or you wanted their attention, it was very hard for you to get that because they were always so busy and they always pushed you off. Oh, I don't have time right now. Oh, show me later. And so you were always dismissed. That could have implanted a belief in you that perhaps you're not worthy of someone listening to you, of someone giving you that time. And then that can show up in your relationships later on in life as you being an avoidant person, or as you being a people pleaser. It is going to be different for every person. So when it comes to healing and doing shadow work, you're looking in the root cause of who you are, of why you show up in this world the way that you do, on why you self-sabotage, on why you can't be consistent, why you can't be disciplined, because there is a root cause. There is a reason behind all of this that is beneath the surface. And that is what this journey shows you and guides you into going deeper into. And then, of course, acceptance, accepting all that it is, accepting and understanding that everything that happens to you is not happening to you. It is happening for you to learn, for you to evolve, for you to grow as a being. Accepting divine plan, accepting that you have a purpose here, accepting for those people to walk out of your life that shouldn't be in your life, accepting wherever you're being led to be without forcing things. All right, my loves, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you found this video somewhat insightful and helpful. Let me know if you have any question in the comments below. Also, like and subscribe so that we can stay connected. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See ya!